Trump, you are known for your terrible haircut, and now I can see why. Your hair sucks. You look like Justin Bieber caught on fire.
What's the difference between a wet raccoon and Donald J. Trump's hair? A wet raccoon doesn't have $7 billion in the bank.
That's the charisma of Donald Trump, turning even the harshest ridicule into an opportunity to assert his unmatched confidence. This is precisely what unnerves the woke culture. Trump's ability to respond with humor and precision is a testament to his unique charm. Stay tuned as we explore moments where Trump decisively stood against woke ideology and exposed its flaws.
Or the weightlifter. I think it was like 218 pounds. I know, that's a lot. I can't lift it. I don't know who can. 218 pounds, and she got over that weight, and she was going to break it. And her mother and father are screaming, "You got it! You got it, darling. I'm so proud of my girl." Well, she couldn't do it. And then this guy comes along. He's named Alice. And he looks at the weight. World record! World record. We could have put another couple of 100 pounds on. I think he would have lifted it. It's so disrespectful to women. And they say it's politically incorrect. It's so disrespectful to women.
The ongoing debate about gender in sports showcases the complexities of balancing fairness and inclusivity. Trump's straightforward take resonates with those who feel women's sports need better protection from policies that may disadvantage them. As gender debates intensify, many await tangible reforms to ensure fair competition.
One of the loopholes he took advantage of when he claimed $1 billion loss that enabled him to avoid paying taxes.
Did you use that $916 million loss to avoid paying personal federal income taxes?
Of course I do. And so do all of her donors, or most of her donors. I know many of her donors. I pay tremendous numbers of taxes. I absolutely used it. And so did Warren Buffett. And so did George Soros. And so did many of the other people that Hillary is getting money from. She complains that Donald Trump took advantage of the tax code. Why didn't she change it? Why didn't you change it when you were a senator? The reason you didn't is that all your friends take the same advantage that I do. And I do. You have provisions in the tax code that frankly we could change, but you wouldn't change it because all of these people give you the money so you can take negative ads on Donald Trump.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
Trump's unapologetic defense of using legal tax strategies shines a light on the broader issue of corporate and personal tax systems. His bold challenge to Hillary Clinton wasn't just about him, it questioned the very structure of policies created by those in power. This moment remains a classic example of Trump flipping criticism into a powerful statement of truth.
Illegal immigrants are causing tremendous crime. Tremendous.
Immigrants commit less crime than U.S.-born citizens.
What? Illegal immigrants. I'm talking about illegal immigrants. I'm not talking about immigrants. I'm talking about illegal immigrants. I'm an immigrant. You're an immigrant. We're all immigrants.
The Pew Research says that there are, for immigrants on the whole,
Come on, try getting it out. Try getting it out.
I'll get it out.
I mean, I don't know if you're going to put this on television, but you don't even know what you're talking about. Try getting it out. Go ahead. You're a very naive person.
Debating immigration requires nuance and clarity, qualities often lost in emotional exchanges. Trump's directness cuts through misinformation, but his critics argue it oversimplifies a complex issue. Regardless of the stance, his approach often leaves little room for vague arguments as seen in this heated exchange.
You have told 4 congresswomen of color who were American citizens to go back to where they came from. You have used words like animal and rabbit to describe black district attorneys. You've attacked black journalists, calling them a loser, saying the questions that they ask are, quote, stupid and racist. You've had dinner with a white supremacist at your Mar-a-Lago resort. So my question, sir, why should black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever been asked a question so in such a horrible manner. First question. You don't even say, hello, how are you? Are you with ABC? Because I think they're a fake news network, a terrible network. And I think it's disgraceful that I came here in good spirit. I love the black population of this country. I've done so much for the black population of this country, including employment, including opportunity zones with Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina, which is one of the greatest programs ever for black workers and black entrepreneurs. I've done so much, and and I say this, historically black colleges and universities were out of money, they were stone cold broke, and I saved them, and I gave them long-term financing, and nobody else was doing it. I think it's a very rude introduction. I don't know exactly why you would do something like that. And let me go a step further. I was invited here, and I was told my opponent, whether it was Biden or Kamala, I was told my opponent was going to be here. It turned out my opponent isn't here. You invited me under false pretense. And then you said you can't do it with Zoom. Well, where's Zoom? She's going to do it with Zoom, and she's not coming. And then you were half an hour late, just so we understand. I have too much respect for you to be late. They couldn't get their equipment working, or something
Mr.
was
President,
wrong.
I would love
think
if you
it's
can
a
answer the
very
question
nasty
on your rhetoric
question.
and why you
I have
believe that
answered
black
the
voters
question.
should trust you with another
I
4
have
years.
been the best president for the black population since Abraham Lincoln. That's my answer.
Trump's record with black communities includes achievements like opportunity zones and funding for historically black colleges. However, his critics focus on contentious remarks, showcasing the deep polarization around his leadership. These moments reveal both his boldness and the challenges of navigating race-related discourse in modern politics.
Are you ready for some tough questions?
You're going to be fair.
I'm going to be fair.
Just be fair.
But you're okay with some tough questions?
No, I'm not. You don't ask Biden tough questions. Are you ready for tough questions?
Are you?
That's no way to talk. I think we have enough of an interview here. I'll see you in a little while. Thanks.
Be careful.
Trump's record with black communities includes achievements like opportunity zones and funding for historically black colleges. However, his critics focus on contentious remarks, showcasing the deep polarization around his leadership. These moments reveal both his boldness and the challenges of navigating race-related discourse in modern politics.
Why do you keep calling this the Chinese virus? There are reports of dozens of incidents of bias against Chinese Americans in this country. Why do you keep using this? A lot of people say it's racist.
It's not racist at all. No, not at all. It comes from China. That's why. It comes from China. I want to be accurate. I have great love for all of the people from our country. But as you know, China tried to say at one point, maybe they stopped now, that it was caused by American soldiers. That can't happen. It's not going to happen. Not as long as I'm president. It comes from China.
Trump's relentless pushback against biased reporting has redefined media politician dynamics. His refusal to back down from tough interviews highlights his combative style, which both frustrates and energizes his supporters. In an age of polarized media, his unapologetic approach stands out.
President, overall, South Korea has done 5 times more tests than the U.S. per capita. Why is that?
I don't think that's true.
That is true. And you said this morning that the White House said the U.S. passes South Korea in virus testing.
Who are you with?
Yahoo News. And it's not true per capita.
Do you want to respond to that? If you have the numbers.
Sure, I have the numbers. South Korea's testing was 11 per 100,000, and we're at 17 per 100,000. So,
are you going to apologize, Yahoo? That's why you're Yahoo, and nobody knows who the hell you are. Go ahead. Let's
Based
go,
on the
Jeff.
numbers
Go
I've
ahead.
seen,
that's why nobody knows who you are, including me. Go ahead.
Mr. President,
just check it again.
Trump's sharp command of data often leaves critics flustered and speechless. During this exchange, a journalist attempted to undermine his leadership by citing skewed testing statistics, claiming South Korea outperformed the U.S. per capita. Trump, however, quickly countered with accurate data that not only exposed the inaccuracy of the journalist's claims, but also demonstrated his team's preparedness and efficiency. This wasn't just about defending himself, it was about emphasizing accountability and maintaining public trust. By calling out the journalist's false narrative, Trump reminded everyone why facts remain the ultimate weapon against misinformation. His ability to stay composed, confident, and armed with evidence resonates deeply with his supporters. This moment also highlights how leaders must stay vigilant against biased reporting, which often manipulates public perception. Trump's response underscores his transparency in handling critical national issues. Such exchanges underline his unique leadership style, which is unapologetically bold and refreshingly honest. If you appreciate leaders who hold the media accountable and stand firm on facts, hit that subscribe button now. Let's continue exploring the moments that define leadership in the face of adversity. Don't miss out. Like, comment, and share your thoughts below.